Welcome to the 60th episode. And boy, oh boy, could it have not come at a worse time. Simply due to the fact that in just 2 hours, everything has changed. And that 2 hours came on Tuesday evening. And I have not watched because I haven't had time. But Dean I am Petro, who has a spirited list for all of you tonight, has forewarned me for what I'm about to hear. Now, Brad, hello. How are you? Because apparently you shouldn't be here right now. You should be wherever Smackdown is beating them up. So what's going on?
I'm currently hunting down the writing team.
Are you really?
I'm joking.
Well, who? Okay, now let's start off with that. Who books and who writes? Do you know that for a fact? Because Ryan Ward is the head writer, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, he's on Raw now.
Wait, when did that change happen?
No, he's been on Raw.
I thought he went to
After
SmackDown.
they did the brand, until they did the brand split, they moved him to Raw.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who's doing SmackDown, but still, Road Dogg kind of running the show with some other people. I'm not really sure.
Well, Road Dogg can never do anything wrong because, God forbid, his positive attitude and enriching demeanor allows him to make no mistakes, right? That's the kind of the vibe that I got.
Yeah, I mean, he defends everything they do. Nothing is ever wrong. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Because wrestling's never perfect, and that's his excuse for bad everything. Bad everything, I guess. I don't know. But either way, so welcome to the show. It's 60 episodes. We're about a few weeks away from Survivor Series, and it's exciting, right? We should be excited. We should be excited because Survivor Series is normally pretty good. Well, not in recent years, but the Survivor Series match is always exciting. I've always loved that. Is there anything else to be positive about? Yeah. So matches. There's one singles match I'm really excited for.
Okay, what is it?
Well, I can't give it away yet. Let's get into Raw, right?
All right.
Raw. Monday Night Raw. And what did Raw start off with?
An Authority promo. I know that was a shock. Stephanie McMahon comes out. Shocking. We've never seen this before. Yeah, out of the closet. That's right. Full hot lesbian action. And
her and Lita. Yeah.
She talks about SmackDown and Raw, which gets no reaction.
Nope.
And brings out the 4 known members of Team Raw for the Survivor Series. Owens, who got no reaction. Jericho, who got a superstar reaction.
He did.
Reigns, who got all boos.
And then
Corey Graves talks about what an ovation he gets.
Yeah, I was going to interrupt you, but you took the words out of my mouth. He's like, "What a reaction,
brother!" They're too much. I mean, they're just like absolutely stealing your wallet from you while you're watching, and then saying, "What do you mean? I didn't do that."
Yeah, it's like, and I could hear Vince in the headset. Oh, they're not booing for him. Those are cheers. Just say they're cheers. They're never gonna know the difference anyway. They're stupid. It was a chorus of boos so loud that that's all you could hear because the announcer stopped talking because they thought he was gonna get an eruption of cheers. No, that isn't how it works. It's just not how it works at all.
Just wait until Brock Lesnar beats Goldberg, and then he beats Roman Reigns is going to beat Brock Lesnar, and he's going to be the guy to beat him and win the title and be the top babyface that everybody boos. It's going to be great.
Wait, who's this? Lesnar or Roman? Big ol' Roman.
No, they're going to keep building up Lesnar. He's going to beat Goldberg. He'll beat Shane McMahon, and then the big dog's going to come in and steal the thunder. to a chorus of boos.
Uh,
Or as Vince calls it, loud cheers.
just underwhelming cheers. They're. I don't even want to know. I don't know. I just can't. I can't even. So yes, I will admit this segment wasn't that bad because they let Jericho and Kevin entertain the crowd after Stephanie left. You know, so like the beginning of it, like I was kind of cool with. No, I'm sorry. The beginning I was bored to tears, but I thought the ending was kind of cool. Except, all right, I'll say this: the middle was cool. The beginning and ending were terrible. There, how about that? I think I can rest on that.
You just made the list.
I don't use my own sounds against me.
Well, I can if I want to. Yeah, so they had the abominable Braun Strowman come out as the fourth member, and then the fifth was a surprise. It was Seth Rollins, which was really no surprise at all.
Surprise!
And Stephanie kind of runs down the dynamic between Team Smackdown and Raw.
Buried them.
And buries them. Gives her team a pep talk. They'd have to fight like their jobs depended on it at Survivor Series because they do. Then she throws down the microphone and leaves because that's what Stephanie does.
And it doesn't
I'm
even
surprised
make
she
the
didn't
threat.
slap them all.
Well, yeah.
No.
Where's the threats? So you say that, and that's great because that at least leaves some intrigue. Like, oh, they have to win. Awesome. But what if they don't? Are you gonna tell us what happens, or let us guess? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. It was just kind of, whatever.
Clusterfuck?
It's whatever. I'm just not intrigued by this. By the show, by the top stars on Raw.
But we could be.
Yeah.
We could be,
Maybe.
and we're not.
Could be.
And we're no.
Yeah. Okay. So we have the Fatal Five-Way coming up later. Okay. Jericho, Owens, Rollins, Reigns, Strowman. Then we have a Cruiserweight special, purple ropes, lighting, and everything. And it's Rich Swann and Sin Cara.
Oh.
Yeah, Sin Cara, fresh off a victory over Chris Jericho in a shoot fight.
Jericho'd.
Defeated Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar in his, I guess, home country.
Sort of.
Not really where he was born, but kind of. Okay, so the story behind this is that basically the Sin Cara punch never landed on Jericho. And then they were kind of broken up, but Jericho actually bit Sin Cara's finger during the scuffle.
So Jericho's a biter.
And, yeah, he's a biter. And Sin Cara's been sentenced to anger management and maybe fired. We'll see. I like Rich Swann, and he's got like a little bit of a natural charisma and good energy, but it was a cool moment for Dar to come out, in Scotland and debut on Raw. Yeah, he did. That was very nice.
Yeah.
But it was just, they've just killed the division, so it just kind of is what it is.
Where was the 6-team tag team match? The 6-man tag. I wanted to see one.
Yeah, I know. Well, and then Vince had to make sure to stick the knife in a little bit deeper when he had Noam Dar lose in Scotland.
Why?
Because that's what the crowd wanted,
What the hell is his problem? And I understand, seriously, is he just a fucking douchebag all the time to everybody? Not go to hell, but go to hell. Whatever.
Yeah, boy, I'm sure he loved every second of it.
It's it's good heat for Kendrick. No.
Yeah.
It doesn't do dick. If you have him lose anywhere else, it doesn't matter. He's still losing. And he's losing in a cheap way. You're still getting heat from that. Don't be asinine. Whatever.
Yeah, so we had that. We had a little preview of Goldberg and Lesnar. I fast forwarded through.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a little backstage segment.
Well, backstage.
Yeah, backstage is Stephanie McMahon. She's all over the show.
Of course.
And she didn't want to appear on SmackDown Live. It was beneath her, apparently. She declined that, but
No.
invited Shane and Daniel Bryan to appear on Raw next week.
Oh.
Which, of course, I'm sure they'll do, since Raw is obviously the superior show.
It is.
Yeah. Sami Zayn walked in, and Stephanie said she finds his presence irritating.
That's bullshit. That is such. No.
I know.
Oh, so you're mad about that too? Like, what?
Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
Okay, good. Like, nice way to bring somebody down that you could form an entire division. Like,
Well, yeah. I mean, you're potentially putting him in this match, this title match, and you're burying him on TV.
like fuck that.
I mean, it's just stupid. That's not how you get people over, right? Especially underdogs like Sami Zayn. So, yeah, Mick Foley wanted to allow Zayn to face Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series. She thought it should be Rusev, so she orders a match later for Zayn and Rusev, the winner to face the Zigman. And that is that.
I am excited for that, and that's the one match that I'm pretty pumped for. I think it's pretty cool, personally speaking, because those two will put on a clinic. It's just the unfortunate part is that if Ziggler loses, the title's gone to Raw. Or if Sammy wins,
you're right. No, it goes to Raw, but he also loses the heat, the program he's got with Miz.
Yeah,
right. It's a key element to his feud with Miz, and if he loses that, it's just kind of kills that. So,
is there any way they can get out of this, like winning, if you will? Like, is there a scenario that's just good for everybody, or is that just impossible?
Well, I think there is. I think they have a good, solid 20-minute match, and Sami Zayn gets counted out. He leaves. He says he's got to go. He's actually got to pick up a couple of people and give them rides home.
It's not funny. Hey, at least my favorite wrestler is wrestling at Survivor Series, Brad.
Oh, jeez.
I said it.
Oh, jeez.
I said it. All right, let's continue. Let's continue.
Okay. We got the tag team, all the tag teams for Raw, for the Survivor Series match in the ring.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And this Sheamus and Cesaro thing is so stupid.
Oh, no. The Sheamus burying Scotland is my favorite part of the whole show.
Yeah.
You didn't like it? I thought it was hilarious.
I just fast-forwarded.
Oh, Sheamus was really funny. He's like, oh, you have a better chance of winning the World Cup or even qualifying for the World Cup than SmackDown Live does at your whatever or something like that. It was really funny. I promise. It was really funny.
Yeah, most of their audience is American. Who cares? They don't care about that shit.
Well, no, but it was just getting heat from the local crowd. And hey, I know it's no secret, Sheamus knows how to actually get heat, unlike most of their wrestlers today. So it's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, he just shows up.
Hey, dude, if that's what it takes, Sheamus knows what to do, big time. But whatever.
Okay. So they did a whole Braveheart deal.
They did. It was okay.
Yeah.
Since you didn't watch it.
It's stupid. They've jumped the shark. I can't wait for them to lose the titles.
Maybe it'll help their characters, honestly, make it more interesting.
They've just become a parody. I mean, it's just they're not presented like champions. They're pretending like a comedy parody act. It's just kind of stupid. So,
well, no, they're a comedy act, not a wrestling tag team. You know?
Yeah. So there is. I mean, this segment was so fucking long.
It was. And they had a match. They had a match afterwards. For what? Like, no one wants to see that for the 18th time. Like, and they had it like it's a special match. But guess what, club? It's not for the titles.
No, of course not. Once again, they job out the champions, this time in about 6 minutes, on free TV. Jesus Christ, what a bunch of fucking idiots. And Don't forget, right before that, we had Roman Reigns do a public service announcement encouraging people to vote.
Yeah, totally didn't watch that. I fast forwarded.
Yeah, we would love to vote on your role in the main event spot in the company.
That was pretty good. And unlike Trump, he would not get in. Luckily,
That's right. He would not get in. He would go, and he would be a jobber.
I think he
would be.
Well, a jobber that's at the main event every single show. Let's not dive into semantics here.
He would be jerking the curtain, and Vince as well.
Well, at the same time, of course.
Maybe. God damn. R-Truth Goldust backstage.
Fast forward.
Who cares? Fast forward. Next. Lesnar did his own taped interview. He doesn't give a damn about Goldberg's kid, and neither do I.
I'm glad you don't care about his kids.
And he doesn't want Goldberg's son and wife to watch the show.
Why not?
And because he's going to kick his ass.
Oh, okay. Oh, they have to be worried about this guy.
Yeah, the big face-off next week in Buffalo. And you know what? I just don't really care. I think this is going to be a bit of a disaster, as I've said. And
what if Goldberg slips trying to do the spear and falls on his face?
That's very possible. I mean, he's botched the only 2 moves he's done since returning.
He didn't botch the jackhammer, did he?
Yeah, well, he botched he tried doing the knee strikes.
Oh, that's right.
That. Yeah,
that's right.
And then the spear he botched.
Good point.
And the jackhammer, he actually couldn't hold him up. He just picked him right up and immediately went down. The jackhammer, you hold him up, and he didn't do that. So,
well, he's Dad Bodberg.
Yeah, he is. He's Dad Bodberg. He's about 50.
The Dad Bod is in. According to my latest issue of Vogue, the Dad Bod is in. And let's all accept it. I think that's the best best way to do it. And listen, if Brad's a dad, if he has a Dad Bod, accept it. No one's gonna shame you for it. Just embrace it. Embrace the Dad Bod.
Oh boy. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a match. It'll be a disaster. Here's my problem with this. I guess probably my biggest problem with this feud.
What's your problem, honey? Tell me.
It's a Band-Aid fix, and if they make this the main event, I think that's a big problem.
Well, all right, Brad, you're no idiot. You're in the military. You were in the military. I thank you for your service. It's going to be bad no matter what. So what's there to what preconceived notion could you possibly come up with that could have this be a good idea? Truthfully.
There isn't one. I mean, I don't think. It's like, who does this really benefit, right? The guy hasn't wrestled in 12 years, and he's about 50. He hasn't been on WWE TV. I mean, except for the very recent, 2K17 release. I just don't see how this really does a lot for Brock. It does nothing for Goldberg. It's taking up a spot on the card, and if you want to have a special attraction match, that's fine, but it shouldn't be the main event because you are once again telling everybody that these 2 part-time guys are better than any guys you have on the roster. They're bigger stars than you have on the roster today, and they're bigger and more important than the championships you have as well. So just totally back-asswards booking logic to me. I think they really devalue their talent and their championships when they do this. It's a Band-Aid fix to pop ratings. And, the problem is they need to be making guys, putting them over, booking them strongly into the next contender for Brock Lesnar instead of bringing back a guy from 12 years ago to put over Lesnar. I mean, it's just a problem, and they continue to do the same thing over and over again, and they're running out of guys to bring back.
Well, what else do they
These
do?
guys are all like 50, 60 years old.
What else? Not what else.
Try making fucking stars.
What else will they do? What else will they voluntarily do?
I don't think they'll do anything because they keep booking guys 50-50. They don't let them get over. Everything's scripted. They don't let them be themselves. I don't think there's going to be another big star at this rate.
You don't think so?
Not unless they change.
See, I would say that Roman Reigns could be that guy, but they don't book him that way. I think he still needs his moment to really shine through to the people. And that's not going to happen if he's Mr. Smile in your face, kiss your baby, hug your mom or hug your grandma and bullshit. You know what I mean? It just can't happen.
Well, he doesn't look like a top guy to me.
I
disagree. He looks like a children's comic book character. I think his attire is terrible. It's not what a main event guy would wear when you look at the history of wrestling. And I just, I think that's got to go. He's got to have his own identity, not, the Shield 2.0. And that includes his music, his look, everything. And
okay, I can respect that, but on the other side of the coin, what else is he there to do? I mean, he's clearly isn't. I don't think he's very smart, personally. I don't see him as the creative type.
But he has no it factor. He has no superstar quality, no charisma. I mean, he's not a mainstream star. We've seen it. He's been the main event. He's not drawing houses. It's not working.
But neither did Austin. Until he cut that promo. What did he wear? Jorts?
Austin was a mid-card guy when he started getting popular and moved into the main event. Roman Reigns was moved quickly up into the main event and is not drawing. And, it's not working. There's no mainstream appeal. When Austin was main event, he had mainstream appeal. Rock had mainstream appeal. Bruno Sammartino, mainstream appeal. Hulk Hogan, mainstream appeal. Roman Reigns, no mainstream appeal.
Okay. Well, maybe things can change in the future. Yeah. And I said maybe. But either way, what do we have next? Can we talk about how the women was a complete disaster?
Oh God, what a fucking! I mean, first of all, how long has Emelina been coming? Right,
for 2 months. 2 months.
They did like a promo, forgot about it for like a month or two, and then and then we get another one saying she's coming. They're just booked so bad, It's it kind of is what it is. The whole disaster segment with the fans taking over, hijacking the crowd, saying to Bayley, "Hey, will you be our girl?" Oh my God!
Now, see, do you think that's the moment that Bayley needed to actually have Vince say, "Well, you know what? Maybe she's got something there." Maybe.
No, I don't think that's going to work
at all. I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
Vince sees this as the classic foreign smart crowd and expects this kind of a thing. I think if it catches on more than once, then maybe. The problem here was they hijacked it because Bayley has been booked like such a jobber and she's such a star.
Yeah.
And it's another one of those scenarios where the crowd is just saying, enough of this bullshit. We like her and we want to cheer for her, and this is ridiculous. So they hijacked the show, and I don't get it. And he's obsessed with Charlotte and Sasha Banks, and
Charlotte's great.
Everybody else is just kind of like 1B, 2A, whatever.
And let's not forget Dana, which she almost
shit.
Did you see she almost stepped on Bayley's eye socket and almost broke her orbital bone?
Yeah. She's terrible. I bet. How many episodes of this podcast have I talked about what a terrible fucking worker she is and how she belongs in NXT?
Almost every one.
Yeah. She's so goddamn bad. And I can't stress that enough. That is not an exaggeration. And she doesn't belong on any wrestling company's main roster.
No, not even close. but we have Twitter pages supporting Dana Brooke, saying how great she is. Whenever she like, it's hard for her to not injure somebody on a weekly basis. She sucks.
Yeah. Oh, we had the Shining Stars defeat the Golden Truth.
Fast forwarded that.
I fast forwarded through that. I couldn't bear to watch that. Michael Cole in the ring. Brought we talked about that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to get into it. I just whatever.
Well, no, what? Tell me. Tell me. Tell me, babe. You can tell me anything.
You know, I mean, Alicia Fox.
What a joke that is. Seriously, that's a joke. Where's Summer Rae, for God's sakes? She's someone that can actually work a fucking match.
It hasn't appeared at all. And then Alicia Fox makes the joke about, well, if Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie could be civil during a divorce, then I could be civil with Nia Jax.
What does that mean? They had
to get in their pop culture reference, right?
Yeah. Whatever.
It was a disaster. Okay.
Yep.
We're just going to move on from that.
And you know what? I was going to call out that Twitter page that called me out, but you know what? They don't deserve it because they suck.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
Well, we had the Strowman try and intimidate Seth Rollins in a backstage segment. He said he would snap him like a twig. And then Rollins' reaction was to just stand there, take it, and then laugh and say, that's just one more person that doesn't like me. He wasn't. It's like he didn't act like a relatable doll. You know, some grown man, some big guy like Strowman gets in your face, he talks down to you. He threatens to snap you in half like a twig, and you just stand there with no emotion. And then you just kind of give this, doofus laugh and say, oh, it's just one more person that doesn't like me. Like you don't care.
See, Brad,
it's so bad. It's just so bad. It's not relatable to people in real life.
Now, what would happen if Steven Seagal came up to you and was like, I'm going to, rip you a new asshole or whatever? Would you sit there and like, that's a good one, Steven? Another
guy who doesn't like me. Please be gentle when you rip open my anus.
That's what it sounds like, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So Sami Zayn, your boy, beat Rusev to earn the
Hell yeah.
shot.
Hell yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I just thought that was kind of a disaster. Rusev, they have just booked him so bad.
But hey, he got the rub. he got the rub from Goldberg.
That was later in the night from Lana. I thought you were going to say.
No, Rusev got the rub from Goldberg. Because
right.
Because listen. Well, no, dude, listen to me. So when The Rock buried the whole Wyatt family in 3 seconds at WrestleMania, he didn't bury the Wyatt family. He was putting them over by beating them really fast. Logic.
Oh, of course, that's right. Logic, yeah. They were. Rusev was privileged to even be in the ring with Goldberg. I'm sure he's going to be over huge now. Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm trying to say. But no one seems to listen to me. It doesn't matter who you're in the ring with. It just matters what you're doing. I think something like that.
Well, then we had Kevin Owens pin his BFF Chris Jericho in a fatal 5-way match. Stephanie set up earlier. We talked about and Kevin Owens, the Universal Champion, wins.
You know what's sad though? That match could have been really, really good.
It could have been, but it had Braun Strowman in it, unfortunately. So.
Like the concept was kind of neat. Whenever Stephanie announced that, I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I'll give it a chance. I did.
They booked. The funny thing is they booked Braun like a monster, and they had this clear separated spot between Roman and Strowman, where everyone else was kind of back watching them kind of punch each other. And nobody fucking cared. Nobody in the audience cared. They didn't react. They didn't care to Braun Strowman dominating Reigns and throwing him outside. Nobody cared. This thing with Strowman is not working.
It'll never work. It's Braun Strowman.
Yeah. It's Braun Strowman. He should be a lumberjack.
Or a bouncer, maybe?
Or a bouncer. Yeah, good point.
Not
a wrestler.
What about a male stripper?
Yeah, that would probably not be a good fit.
I can book him for your birthday party.
I think I'll pass on that.
Are you sure?
I'll pass.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, Brad, if anyone wants to give Brad a birthday present, get him Braun Strowman in a banana hammock. You can address that to 3487 Heather Street in Raleigh, North Carolina. Imagine Braun Strowman in a banana hammock. Just picture it.
Imagine sending that to a poor person on Heather Street if there is one. What the hell?
Okay, like, to be totally honest, that'd be hilarious. But either way.
Oh, boy.
That'd be fun.
So
that'd be funny as shit. All right, that was Raw. Can you pick out a good moment from Raw? No, none at all. All right,
I can.
You can.
11:15.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so on to the Smackdown. I didn't watch it, so take the lead on this one. And I'm gonna react to it live here. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
The weaker Smackdown shows. But yeah, I'll kind of take it from here. Okay, we're in Glasgow for SmackDown. And it opens up with Shane McMahon introducing the singles stars for the SmackDown versus Raw Survivor Series match. And James Ellsworth comes out.
Really?
The guy won't go away. He's got his own entrance music.
He has. He has for about 3 weeks now.
And Titantron.
Oh, well, that's new.
Okay. So Ellsworth is named the official mascot for SmackDown at Survivor Series.
That's kind of funny. Because he's a bitch? I don't know. That's kind of good.
They set up a 6-man tag for tonight so they can all work out their issues.
With purple ropes?
Purple ropes, purple lights, and no. Okay. But the big takeaway here was Baron Corbin saying, I don't think so, Chief. He walks out of the ring. Baron Corbin walks out.
Why did he walk out? For what?
To be continued.
Okay. Why was he out there to begin with? You're leaving out. You're leaving out details.
He was part of the original SmackDown team for the match versus Raw at Survivor Series.
Yes, he was.
AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, and Baron Corbin up until this point.
Okay.
Set the stage for later. Okay. Right. Naomi defeated Natalya. Nikki Bella was on commentary.
Cool.
Carmella came out to ringside, caused a distraction. Naomi with the roll-up on Natalya. Oh, blah. Okay.
So Naomi's a heel now.
I don't know what she is. Yeah. Her entrance is cool. Okay, then we have Baron Corbin backstage. He approaches Shane McMahon and complains, saying he's not going to work the 6-man tag tonight.
Good.
I don't get paid to do that. I'm not doing that. I'm my own person. I'm not anybody else's. He was forced to team with Dean and Ellsworth. And he said, I'm not going to, protect those guys. So Shane says, well, okay, you'll have to wrestle Kalisto instead.
Oh no!
And then they put Kane in the main event as his replacement. Kane. So Corbin, yeah, okay. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Because I had already I was watching SmackDown. I was a little bit behind from the live airing in at least in the USA.
Yeah.
Because this was obviously pre-taped. And so I'm getting tweets from listeners of our podcast telling me I'm not going to be happy, and I'm already like, oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
I can see something's worth. This is, they're doing something stupid, right? I can kind of sense it. So then we have Kalisto, and nobody up until this point could tell me why he's wrestling a heavyweight. I mean, the guy is maybe 140, 50 pounds.
Not really. He's probably 195, 200, but
not even close. He is tiny. Tiny.
Okay. All right, tiny. Continue.
And it's just not believable at all. Baron Corbin versus Kalisto is not a believable match, okay?
Yeah.
Baron Corbin versus Kalisto should end in a squash in a minute or less.
But how does the match
Every
end?
The match ends in a no contest.
Oh, good. Okay.
Corbin, not good. Ends in a no contest because Baron Corbin is beating up Kalisto, throws him outside, and then, while he's exiting the ring to go out to the ring to finish attacking Kalisto, he lands awkwardly on his knee and injures it. He's down and clutching his leg. Kalisto comes over, drop kicks his knee, down goes Corbin. Corbin's got an injured knee, and Kalisto leaves standing tall as the segment ends.
That's not funny. I shouldn't be laughing.
And I'm just thinking, like I said, is this fucking serious? You've got a badass heel, right? Like Baron Corbin. This guy is supposed to be a lone wolf badass. And he gets out of the ring and is so klutzy, he just hurts his knee and can't continue. How stupid are you making this guy look by booking him like that? I mean, seriously, how do you expect these guys to get over with this kind of stupid shit? Okay, so they air a video hyping Undertaker and Edge next week on the show. 900, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cutting Edge. Maybe they'll have a live sex celebration.
All right. Can I be the other one?
I bet you would do that. You would do that. Okay. So the next segment is a follow-up on Baron Corbin again. Daniel Bryan and Shane are shown backstage discussing Baron Corbin's knee injury. And it is revealed that due to his injury, Baron Corbin will no longer be able to compete at Survivor Series. He is out of the match.
Oh, no.
He's out of the fucking match because he stepped out of the ring the wrong way and injured himself so badly that weeks from now he cannot possibly compete.
So is this a shoot or is it kayfabe or what's the deal?
No, this is a work. This is fucking retarded. This is so bad. Oh my god. I mean, he did a great job of selling. Don't get me wrong. I thought Corbin did a great job with the segment, but it was just such bad booking. It's like, doesn't really matter.
Of course he did.
And so they say they'll announce his replacement later in the show. Okay. So he said, and someone said, "Oh well, it's It's fine. It's not bad actually because he's not going to win the match anyway at Survivor Series, and that's a good point. And so here's the thing. Well, I mean, seriously, they could just have him win if they want to get the guy over. They could just have him win.
Yeah,
but we know they're actually not going to do that, right?
Yeah,
he's not going into the singles match and beat all those guys. So if they want to protect him without him going over at Survivor Series because they have different plans, then pulling him from the match is fine. That's fine, as long as they execute it in the right way. This was executed very fucking poorly. There are 100 other things they could have done to give a reason as to why he couldn't compete. But to have Kalisto, I mean, 140-pound midget, he steps out of the ring wrong and pops his knee and is just can't move. And Kalisto just comes over and drop kicks him on the knee, and he just falls, and that's it. He just can't compete weeks from now. I mean, this was so bad. It just made him look so bad. I just hated it. Fucking hated it. And if they were going to pull him from the match, again, the execution was terrible. You don't make his character look like a klutz and then have Kalisto go over on him.
Or a puss. Either or.
Yeah, it's just stupid. It was so bad. I hated it. Fucking morons.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm getting fired up.
Seriously, you're scooping my heat.
So, yeah, from one botch to another, we had Becky Lynch defeating Alexa Bliss.
Shut up! No!
Okay.
I heard she was marvelous.
Yeah. Well, what happened was there was a controversy as the feet were on the ropes. Blah, blah, blah. Alexa Bliss actually won.
No, she won?
Oh, yeah, she won. No, it was Becky Lynch. I don't remember. Okay, that doesn't matter. Who cares? They're facing. Yeah, this was for the championship.
It was. So who won? Literally, who won? Tell me.
This is a great question because Becky Lynch defeated Alexa Bliss, right?
Yeah,
that's what it was. Alexa had thought she had won, but basically the feet were under the ropes or something. I don't know. I don't care. Okay, moving on.
So what actually matter. No, it does matter to me. What actually happened?
I don't know. I think Becky Lynch, I fast-forwarded. I think Becky Lynch, I did. I think Becky Lynch retained the title.
You're terrible. But I don't get it though. You can't even respect the only good women's division they have. Come on. Come on. What happened after that?
We had Kalisto versus the Brian Kendrick announced for the Cruiserweight title for Survivor Series in an inter-brand match.
What?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Yeah, and, well, you're going to because if Kalisto wins, the Cruiserweight division is coming to SmackDown.
What?
Live on Tuesday nights. My guess would be that Kalisto wins.
Wait a second. I don't understand. Am I an idiot? I don't think I am. I'm lost here.
Yeah, Kalisto's got an opportunity against the Brian Kendrick for the Cruiserweight title at Survivor Series, Raw versus SmackDown, inter-brand match. And if SmackDown wins, they get the Cruiserweight division.
So, because Kalisto can kick average, he gets a title shot.
Yes, I guess.
I give up.
I don't get it. I mean, it's like, and it's just kind of annoyed me even more because it's like, if that's how they were trying to get him over by having him kick Corbin to present him going into his title match, I thought that was so stupid.
All right. Well,
so fucking stupid.
What happened next?
Kurt Hawkins defeated your boy Apollo Crews, who can't seem to get a win on TV anymore. Hawkins, who's won virtually no matches since coming to the WWE, got a win after in a very quick match by rolling up Crews and grabbing the tights.
My back hurts.
Well, my eyes hurt after watching some of this. This was one of the weaker shows. Yeah, I mean, it was like, God, really?
Wait, what was the main event? I'm afraid to even ask.
Well, the main event was Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Randy Orton versus Dean Ambrose, James Ellsworth, and Kane. Kane. Taking Baron Corbin's spot. And, Kane at about 50 years old in the main event. I'll pass. Bray Wyatt scores a pinfall for his team after hitting the Sister Abigail on Mr. Ellsworth. And then the last segment of the show is the announcement of who the fifth team member will be.
Wait. Can we have fun?
Baron Corbin?
Can we have fun with this? Can you play the entrance music of who the winner was? I think it'd be kind of cool.
Play the entrance music of the person who is replacing Baron Corbin.
Yes.
Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking.
I can do that. I can actually do that.
Awesome.
Okay. The person replacing Baron Corbin at Survivor Series.
Here comes the money.
What?
Here comes the money. Money.
Yes. Daniel Bryan runs down the roster, and apparently nobody on the roster is good enough, but Shane McMahon is. Buried the entire roster. He was looking at the roster of who was available, and then he said he would like Shane McMahon to take Baron Corbin's spot, thereby burying the entire rest of the roster.
Wow, I love it.
And of course, Shane McMahon accepted. He's in the match.
I mean, all right. So if he didn't replace Baron Corbin, would you have liked it?
I don't like Shane McMahon replacing anybody. I think that's a huge mistake. They've got to stop putting the fucking McMahons over. That's the game plan. It's like Stephanie's a boss. She comes out. She starts Raw with an authority promo. She puts everybody down and puts herself over. You got Shane McMahon coming out. It's the first time he's been on TV in a long time. He comes out, and he's been put basically he puts himself in the match over all the other talent on the show who aren't on it because he's apparently better than all of them. I think that's a terrible mistake. They continue to brand the McMahons as the stars rather than the rest of the actual talent who work, and it's just fucking stupid.
That's
not even Baron Corbin specific. That's not even Baron Corbin specific.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Like I'm cool with it if I don't know.
Well, that's all leading because they're going to have a match. It's going to be eventually be Brock Lesnar and Shane McMahon.
But what is it?
That's the.
God.
They're saying that's the plan for possibly WrestleMania
33.
Yes.
Well,
and I have no desire to see that. I have to be honest. I mean, we watched him face The Undertaker. He couldn't beat The Undertaker. So how's he going to beat Brock Lesnar? Right, in kayfabe.
In kayfabe, it makes no sense.
Right. I mean, so we know he's not going to win. And if you were to win, it would be a disaster because nobody in the roster can beat Brock Lesnar. Why would Shane McMahon be able to beat him? It just devalues your entire roster. I mean, I just don't see, it's another one of those attraction matches where they put the McMahons in the headline. And I just, long term, I think it's a bad idea.
Well, now, what about having, and I don't know, like, what about having Shane or Brock and Taker too, like the big rematch at Mania, or like a Shane? I love Shane. I love Shane as an entertainer. I think he's fantastic. And in fact, many of the wrestlers can learn a thing or two from him. But I don't know. This one's iffy for me.
I like Shane. When it comes to an authority role, which of course is outdated. I like Shane. He's a likable guy. That has nothing to do with it. It's not personal. It's just bad booking. I mean, he's not booking.
No, he's not. Now, what do you think? Bless you. Now, what do you think would happen? Don't die. Let me know. No, what if
not till the podcast ends?
Yeah. What if Shane turns heel and puts Miz in his place instead, and that was his way of getting Miz onto the card without telling Daniel Bryan? Now, that would be good. I just made that up right now.
Oh, we'd like to offer you a job. We'd like to offer you a job writing. God damn.
I don't know.
We could write some TV together.
Yeah. Let's write some TV together. What do you think of Roman Reigns? What
do you think of my Becky Lynch Halloween costume?
Okay, no, I can't do that. That'd ruin it for me. No, sir. All right, well, in the be-all, end-all, which one was better, Raw or SmackDown? SmackDown's ratings were horrific because of the election, and that was obvious.
I mean, everyone knew that. SmackDown was still better, in my opinion.
Yeah. Man, isn't that a kick in the head? Ugh, yikes.
Yeah, and speaking of the election, you had your boy Mick Foley.
What'd he do?
Write another one of his social justice warrior Facebook blogs.
Did he?
Telling white males how they should reconsider their current voting.
What? He did not do that. I don't believe it.
Yes, he did. And, I don't care who you support, but this is just fucking ridiculous. This guy needs to shut the fuck up.
Oh, you can't do that. And Vince even put a gag order in to talk about politics. And that includes everybody. Wow. What an idiot.
Yeah. Oh, he's not very bright.
No, what were his words though? Was it really that obvious? Like, did he have an agenda, and then did it show in that Facebook post?
Well, he definitely had an agenda. I've got to find that post, and I don't know if maybe he's deleted it. It says, I have a post up at facebook.com/Real Mick Foley where I ask white males to rethink what I think they're thinking of doing on election day.
What?
Yes, I'm not joking.
You are okay. Like, you can't do that. You just can't. You can't do that. Oh, wow. Is he so out of it? Like,
he lives in an alternate universe. He's just that guy. So
I guess so.
I find him. I just find him to be personally very fucking annoying.
He's getting there.
Yeah, it's just gotten worse, I think, as he's gotten older. And it has. I mean, look, I'm a fan of his work, his in-ring work. It has nothing to do with it.
Me too. Oh, absolutely, 100%. But
Jesus.
Yeah, that's right. So, anywho, that was the week that wasn't wrestling. Survivor Series is coming up.
Oh no, something even bigger.
What?
His future son-in-law is now accepting bookings on the indies scene. Yes, Frank the Clown is accepting bookings to be a manager on indie shows. He's following his dream. I don't know if it was a wet one, but he's putting his name in the hat. Hopefully nobody books him. Look, if you don't want me to attend a wrestling show, then you will book Frank the Clown on your show.
That's the secret. You don't want to get Brad to your show. That's the secret, folks. Secret of life. So, we have a few pieces of notes to get to before we end the show. But we have our good friend Dean, who is back with another list. Another list, yes, a list that you cannot miss. This week especially because, and I quote, it is spirited. So, without further ado, the list of Dean. Here we are.
The list is quite simple this week. Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
McMahon.
You, the booking of Survivor Series, and the burial of Smackdown are all on the list. Brad, ya Hulkamaniac, your boy, Brad Corbin, got screwed. First of all, he gets kayfabe injured in a match with Ka-freaking Listo. Then off the Survivor Series team. Wait a minute. I thought SmackDown was where the superstars had opportunities. Oh, yeah. So, who's filling in the fifth spot? Shane McMahon. Are you kidding me here? The Miz couldn't do that spot? I hope The Miz screws over SmackDown in the Survivor Series.
Me too.
And then, and I know John's happy about this, Sami Zayn
Woo!
beating Rusev for the Intercontinental title shot.
Boo.
Not believable. Sami Zayn is more of a cruiserweight. And again, to the destruction of the character of Rusev. Hell, why don't you have a match at Survivor Series that's Rusev versus Bray Wyatt and call it the ultimate burial match and find a way for both of them to lose with Shane McMahon pinning both of them?
The final burial.
It's bad enough you copied Talking Smack on Raw. It's bad enough you moved this Cruiserweight 205 thing to the 10 o'clock time slot on WWE Network and pushed back Talking Smack, which is the best thing they got going, to 11 o'clock where no one's going to give a crap anymore. Now you've got a stipulation that would move the entire Cruiserweight product to SmackDown. It's not working, and it will bury SmackDown. What's the matter? Is SmackDown doing better than Raw? Yeah, it had been, until you guys decided to sabotage it in the name of Raw. You're all on the list. And for John, I promised you that there was a surprise person on the list this week. Did you figure it out? No?
Nope.
I'm on the list. The reason I'm on the list is because I keep talking about things that Brad agrees with. I haven't been talking about anything this side of Hulkamania that Brad disagrees with. I'm appalled at myself. I'm on the list.
Yeah, you enjoyed that. I can tell.
You just made the list.
You just made my list, Dino. Look, it's weird because we have another week where we review Raw and SmackDown, and I give my critiques, and then he does a run-in that basically says the exact same thing. This is getting a little creepy.
Well,
yeah, I mean, I completely agree about the Corbin thing and the Shane McMahon. I mean, we both talked about it. Yeah, most definitely. I thought it was a bad idea. The Cruiserweight stuff I talked about actually last week, how I thought it was a terrible idea and it killed Talking Smack. And they did it at the expense of helping Raw. Yeah. Oh boy. Vince doesn't belong on the list.
He does. But it's not even a question. And we didn't you and I call this months ago. As soon as SmackDown starts to do better, Vince will kill it. We said that already.
Yep, he'll do whatever it takes to help Raw at the expense of SmackDown.
Yeah. So it just started a little bit later this time. That's when he had that's when he had Heyman go to OVW.
Yeah. Can't let
So-
it get too good.
Well, no. So what are we all going to do? Nothing.
We're gonna put Vince on the list.
Whatever the fuck that does, except to stroke our own egos and not in the fun way either.
Well, we're gonna give him it.
Yeah. All right. Well, the one piece of news I thought would be pretty cool is Shawn Michaels is going to be one of the head trainers at NXT in Orlando. So, which is kind of cool. He's moving to Florida with his family, according to Kevin Nash. So that's going to be awesome, I think. And I think it finally now has the potential to be a true developmental territory with, in my opinion, one of the three best developmental minds of all time in the sport. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the way you get promoted, I hear, to the main rosters, you have to beat Nakamichi in a shoot.
Okay, can we? All right, so I have to. Is there any other news that you want to talk about?
No.
Okay, I have to get into what happened on Twitter. So, there is a Dana Brooke fan page. I know, weird.
Yeah, it has like what, 20 fans?
It has 175 followers, and she tweeted out, "Nice try, guys. The sleeping up to get your butt shit stuff in a push, whatever." And so, with the help of Brad, we decided we came up with a response. So I quote tweeted it, and I said that rumor of her being a terrible wrestler isn't a rumor, far from it. And she's like, "Funny, I'm assuming it's a girl. Funny, I heard rumors of you actually being a good writer, podcaster are completely fabricated. That means false, by the way." She did put her comma outside of the quotation marks, which is grammatically incorrect, but I digress. And then I replied, "Doesn't Dana have a class on injuring wrestlers to go to? I heard Nakamura and Rollins are picking her up. Go tweet about that." And then she says, "You came after us. We never came after you. Sorry, you clearly handle it when you get dissed," which is an incomplete sentence. And then I figured that Nakamura Rollins thing was pretty good. So she responds, "And you have the nerve to joke about two of the best ever in Rollins and Nakamura? Turn in your wrestling card right now." So, so then I decided to say, "Oh, they are the best at hurting wrestlers."
Yeah. It would be quite the match with that group. A triple threat.
Oh, fatal 4-way with Sin Cara.
Yeah. Sin Cara.
You know what? That we should make that a stable on 2K17. Like the Shoot Club or something. Have Nakamura, Rollins, Dana Brooke, and Sin Cara.
The Shoot Fighters, yeah.
The Shoot. Unsafe work environment. I can think of something. If you have any ideas for that stable name, tweet at us. But either way,
Or the Shooters.
the shooters. That would work. Has Nakamura hurt anybody else recently? I haven't been paying attention.
Just NXT's ratings.
Oh.
Oh boy, I'm gonna pay for that one.
You-
Don't tweet me.
Speaking of, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can't, if you want to talk about that, don't find me. I'll fucking block you. Okay. Find me at the VOTV podcast. Hit me up. We'll follow each other. We'll talk wrestling. But if you're a moron, I will definitely block you for your own good.
Or a Dana Brooke fan page.
Yes.
Which is an oxymoron because she has no fans. And you can follow me at Jumpfish Gaming on Twitter, Jumpfish3 on Twitch, and Wrestling News Hub on Facebook. Is there anything else before we ride up into the sunset with Sami Zayn as our driver? I couldn't help it.
Oh my god.
I was serious. Anything else?
I can't top that. I mean, I don't know what to say.
And yes, and for all that don't know, If you don't go follow our podcast, follow us on social media platforms, or even just download it on Podbean or iTunes, there are consequences. And if you want to know what those are, I know you know.
You just made the list.
We'll see you all next week.